The world is made up of communities and societies. So is the case in institutes of higher learning as well. Our students, they also form a community. They are a society in its own domain. So, in order to keep pace with the changing landscape of education in the world, we have to bring out more creativity in generating new learning environments that can keep our students excited, engaged, and take the responsibility of learning.
I use social media in many ways. Everything from Twitter to what I'll be talking about at eFiesta, which is Edmodo, to SMSing or messaging. I think you cannot be a great teacher today in today's environment without using social media.
In the absence of having an actual art studio, I actually use Facebook, which is that social media platform, to actually create an environment for students to come together and share information.
For generation of ideas, I use whiteboard spaces like Padlet or Linoit. For formative assessment, I use tools like TitanPad coupled with Wordle to get a sense if my students constructed the key ideas. And for ongoing engagement, I use tools like PollEV to help me track the questions that my students have.
Generally, I will use the social media platforms to teach our Tamil trainee teachers to learn more about Tamil language, culture, traditions and lifestyles.
So for me, I wanted my students to be focused on these events outside of class, and so social media was one great way to start doing that.
I started using blogs because of the fact that blogs are simple. Most of my students are aware of it, so it's not something alien or foreign that I'm offering to the students. Their acceptance levels was higher, and the most beautiful part of blog was that it has the individualistic aspect as well as the collaborative aspect. While the writer post was individualistic, when peer review came in, it became a community affair.
I think student teachers respond to social media like fish to water. Through my lessons, I think they can better visualize the fit between social media and pedagogy.
Learners at first are a little hesitant because they've never been taught this way before, just like we teachers are hesitant. But what happens is because they understand sometimes the technology and because they understand social media, they end up really getting into it and they end up enjoying it. And it makes it so that it's not just a once-a-week class, it's a full-time learning experience. And I think that that's, again, one of the things that the learners appreciate the most about it is that they have a thought. Well, now they can share that thought with me, with their classmates, with their group members, anytime they want. They find a great resource, they share that great resource immediately.
When I use these kind of social media platforms to teach Tamil language, my trainee teachers are very happy to learn more about it because when they go to school, they will encourage and interact with their younger students and then get their acknowledgements to learn Tamil language, culture, traditions and lifestyles of Tamil diaspora.
Our learners have actually responded quite positively to this, although there's different levels of shyness and different levels of participation. So it's about creating a kind of environment where they can come out of that shell and be able to start sharing with each other.
To start with, the students were not really 100% into accepting what I offered, but with continued persistence, with continued encouragement, the students started seeing value in using a technological platform in form of blog as a new dimension to their learning experiences.
I would suggest start with pedagogy. Think about what we want to do, whether it's to generate ideas, to make interpretations using different modalities, or to synthesize into the big concepts. And from there, explore the various social media that could support the pedagogy. It will also be great to check out spaces like YouTube tutorials and the various tech sites to see what other educators are doing.
Importantly, it's about knowing that you're going to create an environment, you're going to create a place where people are going to come and interact. It's like being a host at a party. You want to make sure that your home's nice, it's got all the food, it's got all the drinks, and then everyone's going to be happy to come here to your place. If they do, it means that they will be happy to talk to each other, to share information with each other, to do stuff together, each other. And that's the environment that you want to create in a social media platform.
I think one of the most important things to do is just to start slow, but start. There's a lot that you can do with social media. There's a lot you can do with any of the technology, any of the devices that we use today. And I think one of the most important things is just to start where you feel comfortable, but definitely start with something. Because one of the things that often happens is we get overwhelmed by trying to do too much, so we just put it all away.
So if you want to use social media, know your capabilities, know your limitations, understand your students, understand their likes and dislikes, blend the use of technology with your teaching strategies, and there you go. No reason why you should not make the best out of it.